Good day, Tom Mayhew. I'm with eXp Realty, Ohio, and today I want to talk to you about rent-to-own. So I have done rent-to-own deals as a principal. In other words, not as a real estate agent, not as somebody that was getting a rent-to-own, but that's probably the situation you're in where you're thinking, hey, maybe that's my best option. Well, it might be, but it's kind of a small chance that it is. So I've spent a lot of time talking with people about this, so I just want to make this quick video to help you understand what rent-to-own is good for and what it's not, okay? So rent-to-own is great for sellers that can't get the value of the property they would like to sell it for, okay? So they realize that people that are looking for rent-to-own homes are in a situation where they don't have the credit to actually buy. So they're at a disadvantage. And so then a seller knows they can get a little bit more money for the home, maybe 5 or 10% more than they otherwise would if they put it on the open market and, took the highest, offer that they got. So that already puts you at a little bit of a disadvantage, right? Because in essence, they're being the bank, but it's not really a sale. They're actually putting a lease together with you, and they're either doing a first right of refusal or they're doing an option for you to buy it. In either case, you're still going to have to do, get funding at some point from a bank so that you can close on the house. And it's a 1-year period, 2-year period, 3-year period, right? Sometimes there's escalation clauses and how much the house is going to cost you and also how much the lease goes up over time, right? It's understandable, that part, but you're paying more. That's the bottom line. Now, you might be able to find a seller that's willing to do that somewhere, but remember what I told you. You're paying more. That's just a fact, okay? It's a fact. I don't want to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear, okay? If you're okay with paying more, that's fine. Maybe you might have a little bit of a challenge with appraisal later, maybe, when you actually buy the property. Also, sellers know that it's less than 30% of the time when a buyer will actually buy that house if they're doing a rent-to-own on it. So they collect a nice big chunk from you up front, $3,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, depending on the price of the house, and you will never see that again. And if you don't close on the house, that money doesn't contribute anything towards buying that house. A lot of times they'll work it out so that acts as a down payment on the property. Okay, that could be interesting. But the bottom line is, if you want to do rent to own, that's one option. Try to find a seller that's willing to do that, but just keep those things in mind. You're not getting the best deal. It's just a fact. Number 2, there is a company out there. It's a third-party company, and they're legit. I think they're doing a good service, but it seems like the amounts that they're looking for in terms of a monthly payment are very high. So most people, by the time they get done looking at that, they say, man, I don't want to pay that, or I can't pay that. Well, here's the deal. They're a middleman, right? So they're providing all the money to actually buy the house you want to do the rent to own on. It's a pretty cool service. But they are a middleman, and they're not non-for-profit. They got to make a little bit of money, keep the lights on, and pay everybody and all that, right? So again, it's not going to be your best deal. It's going to be a more costly situation. Now, in all fairness, some of that money they're taking every month is going to be set aside for you so that when the time comes for you to actually get the financing, when you get your credit fixed and all that, you'll have some money there that you can use for a down payment or closing costs. Okay, so something to consider. But for most people, it's just, at the end of the day, it's not really the best way to go. So I hope that helps you. And if you have any questions after listening to this, maybe a time or two, then feel free to give me a call, and I'll help you with any questions you have. And I do have a relationship with a company that does do that third-party purchase, and then they'll do a rent-to-own deal with you, and they're legit. It just won't be the best deal for you. So if you're 6 months away from getting your credit fixed, I'd rather you wait the 6 months. Get informed about what's going on in the real estate world, and then when the time comes, let's go shopping or let's go hunting, whatever, figure speech you prefer, okay? And I'm here to serve you. So hope that's helpful, and we'll catch up with you soon. Take care.